All right, so finishing up the trading day here today, and I finished up a total of $153 on this trading day alone. And this was only just taking one trade. And so coming into today, AP asked to continue showing the chart executions. So I want to run over the exact setup that I was looking for on the trading day today when I came and sat down early on at 7 o'clock. And so right now we have a couple different stocks popping up. And so this is Platform Warrior Trading. This is the day trade dash platform that allows me to see all these different types of stocks that are currently moving up in the market. And so today we came into the market and we saw, a 235% move. We also had another 200% move on IOTR. We had CMCT that's curling up right now, up over, just under $6 a share. That made a really decent swing here coming into this morning. It's been a little bit choppy, but decent trading. XXTP also made a really nice move, gapping up all the way up to a high of 862 coming into this morning. But it started at a low of $2 a share, and so this move was quite amazing, and we were watching it as it happened coming into this morning, which is fantastic. But the trade that I took today was IOTR. Now, IOTR at face value seems a little bit riskier. It's a Singapore company. There's no news on it. There's no real reason for it to be up the way it is. But one of the biggest things that I saw on this stock was the way it was moving. And it moved really cleanly coming into this morning. I pulled it up, sitting down around 6:30 a.m. And I saw that we made this really nice swing here. We dipped to VWAP and we made another leg. It consolidated here for a while, dipped to VWAP, and then pushed even higher all the way up to $9. It continued to hold this level for a while. Let me make this a little bit bigger for us. It continued to hold this level for a while, dipping back down, trying to make another nice move, but then rejecting, curling all the way back to 9, and then rejecting pretty hard. So the first thing I see here coming down and sitting down at 6:30 is, we have some resistance here at 9. We have a previous support level here at 756. These are some key areas that I'm looking for it to break. And so as we came up to this morning here, I'm going to quickly go through this. We dip below VWAP, and then I see it around 6:30 here as I sit down, and we can see just over this level. Let me take this picture away so we can see this a little bit better as well. Let me see, window, boom, gone. Okay, so now that we started dip down through VWAP, the first level that I want to see it break is $7 a share, which is right at where VWAP is. And then we end up holding this level, right? So we start curling, and then we break over 730, and I'm thinking to myself, MACD just crossed over positive. We have volume increasing. We have some red candles of volume here, but if we can squeeze over 8, this looks really nice for the squeeze back through high a day. And so as we dip down here, we break over 756, which is previous support. We dip, and then we see a key level here. And what the key level that I'm looking for is a squeeze through 780, which is its previous high, but we're also coming up to a key time frame, which is 7 o'clock. Typically coming into a market open, we have the market opens at 9:30, where it allows all traders to trade for retail, but then some brokers even allow you to start trading a little bit sooner. And so what we know about trading a little bit sooner is that some brokerages open up at 7 o'clock, creating more volume. So that's 7 a.m. EST, creating even more volume into the market that this move has already had. And so we can see, this has already traded millions of shares already. And now we're starting to pull away and breaking through this level. So at 7 a.m., I'm looking for this to squeeze. And so this is a setup that we talk about in a lot of different videos. It's one of my bread and butter setups coming into the morning. And so we dip here at around 56. We kind of reject this level. I don't take a trade yet. I'm waiting to see if it's a little bit of a premature breakout, and I want to see that squeeze over 780. So it dips down to 740. I wait a minute here as it holds 740, and then all of a sudden it starts squeezing, and I take my first entry position at 770, looking for the break higher. And so if I pull up my execution platform here, we can kind of see where I got in and where I got out. So right here, I got in at 770, and I ended up taking my first level of profit just over this level as it continued to squeeze through. So it went up to a high of 8. I took some profit here, and then it squeezed all the way to 9. I took some more profit off, and then it ended up rejecting 9. I sold the rest just around this area for this breakthrough. And so if we pull this up on the execution chart platform in itself, and we look at this, this is going to be IOTR. And so if we zoom in here, we can kind of see the arrows of where I got in and out here. So it gives you a better idea. And I break down this all live. streaming during 7 a.m. pre-market session going into 9-10 o'clock. So you guys can check out joindtsm.com. Right now there's a 14-day free trial, so you can get familiar with some of the live trading recordings, also with the live stream and the community over there. So I'd highly recommend checking that out. That'll be the first link in the description. But here is the trade here that we're looking for, the break of this execution. And so it dips down. I see that it holds the 9 EMA here, very key level of support, and it starts to curl back in. I get in anticipation for the breakup higher. I take some profit around 8. It dips down. I hold. It breaks over 8. Take some more profit. Squeeze it up to 930. Dips back down. And I end up taking the rest of the profit just off there for just over $150 of profit here, looking for a really nice green day on the month. So, just trying to lock in as many of these green days as I can, especially with how hot this momentum has been being. But one of the biggest things that I want to focus on is, once I get green, get out for the day. There's no need to push it a little bit further. Stack up green day after green day, and so when we get that really nice hot move, we can start pushing the pedal to the metal a little bit more and trying to pull out a little bit more profit. I mean, a lot of these actions that we've been seeing recently have been really killer. And I think one of the reasons why is because we've been seeing a lot of good headlines come out, as well as a lot of these stocks that have, a beaten down daily chart holding up some levels. And then, like, for instance, XXTP, which is a recent reverse split. So a recent reverse split came out with news, pretty good news, and then it started squeezing. And we were watching this all morning, and I know some traders got this for the breakthrough 4 and a breakthrough 5. And so, just really solid momentum recently that I hope that we can continue to keep up. But one of the biggest setups that I want to talk about that I'm coming into the morning is the bull flag setup. And this is a setup that we see quite often in the market, pretty frequently. And the reason why we see it often is because I think a lot of traders know about it. You have a couple candles of a pull away here, especially on the 5-minute. You can see we have a couple candles of pull away for the breakup higher. It dips down, and then typically a lot of traders are looking for the first 1-minute candle to make a new high. This is a setup that a lot of people are recognize for a potential trade, and oftentimes getting in just before this happens can pay off even more. So this is where it takes a little bit of discipline and dial into some of the level 2 tape reading to better understand what's happening in the market. And tape reading is all just primarily based on these levels here. And so, for instance, as we were watching XXTP for the breakthrough 6 and 640 here, some of the levels that I was watching, like let's say if we pull up XXTP on the level 2, the first thing that I'm really watching here is the ask. And so if we start breaking up over 5, I'm looking for 510, 515. And then at that point, maybe it squeezes up to 525, 550, and then continues. And so that's what ended up happening here is as we broke over 5, we held over 5. We started to squeeze up over 5 here and continue. But for instance, on IOTR, similarly, what I was looking for is if we can hold over 8 in this area here, if we can hold over this $8 level, and then hold and then squeeze, that's when we're looking for, a good profit target. And so, I was able to get in for the break of this 5-minute candle here, looking for that continuation pattern. And it ended up pulling out, over, 20, 30 cents of profit on this one trading day alone per share in the market. So I traded with a 500 share position, looking for a really good move, and we were able to capitalize on it. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in. I will be live streaming again tomorrow at 7 a.m. If you guys want to tune in for that, you get 14 days free, completely free, to check out everything out over there in the community. And then I also will upload a recap for the live trading data for today over on the website, so you guys can check that out as well and see my exact entry and exit, what I was looking for during the market session. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you again in the next video.